Here we are in Central Park. We are riding along in Central Park. There's no reason to hide yourself. Get out into the public. Get out and do your thing. Mark Conte reporting here in the beautiful Central Park, where everything is in full bloom today. We're in the height of the Covid-19 epidemic, but no one seems to care. What a beautiful sight. Everything is closed for regular people, but as a member of the press, I go anywhere I want. I'm exercising. I'm here on a city bike, by the way. See a city bike? Oh, guy just passed me like I wasn't even moving. That's the carousel over there. It's closed. So, just taking a little loop around the park. Loving life right now. Absolutely loving life right now. That's the dairy down there. You see the dairy? That is a real dairy, by the way, in Central Park. Or it was anyway in the 1800s. Where people would go and get their milk. Huffing and puffing, I went up that hill. Give you a little look at the, check out the mall. I gotta get off the bike. Gotta get off the bike. Just a quick look. Hey, Mark Conte reporting. How you doing? I'm up here in Central Park. And, we'll take a little tour, why not? So, I'll be behind the camera today for a while. So this is Christopher Columbus right here. You get to see the mall with the elm trees, beautiful elm trees. And down on that side over there is who is that? That's Shakespeare through the trees. You see all the way down the mall. Very cinematic. You've probably seen this scene in 100 movies before, you know. And so I guess the theme of this video will be life is for the living. This is my vehicle that I'm on, by the way, if you want to see it. That is my vehicle of the day. That is one amazing vehicle right there. And we are on the city bike. Yeah, on the city bike. Oh, it's fucking awesome, man. Totally awesome. Totally awesome. So join me for a slow loop around the park. Slow loop around the park. Get back on the trail. We'll see some cherry blossoms coming by. And we are back on the trail. We are back on the trail. So There's a lot of cherry blossoms up here. You see the lifeless elegance of the hotels over there and the buildings. Kind of a little crazy right there. This is excuse me. See some of the cherry blossom row over here. It's not really in bloom, but I'll take a look anyway. This is great, man. Today, no horses, no cars in the park. No horses, no cars. I'll give you a little tour right here. Here's a scenic spot that people don't really know it's here. And, excuse me, pass on the right, jerk off. Almost got hit by a car, by another cyclist storming away. So that right there, my friends, is Balto the dog. Now the story of Balto the dog, that's the dog that did the Alaskan trek. You remember with the medicine, the story of Balto the dog with the medicine in Alaska, where the kids needed medicine, and that was the last standing dog. The dog led a sled full of other dogs, and everybody died, including the person. But the dog managed to get all the way to the end with the medicine, and an empty sled full of nobodies. Right? A lot of dead dogs. I think that's the story. That's something by I think Disney did the story. But anyway, that's the story of Balto. That's the story of Balto. How you doing, man? Marcus Conte reporting here. We're not dead yet. We're still alive. Because life is for the living. Life is for the living. Alright? We are going to live our lives. Ain't going to go die in no coronavirus bullshit. It's all a scam anyway, right? It's all overdone. Oversold. Hey, oversold. Why don't you mind your own fucking business? Lady, why don't you mind your own business and shut up? Why don't you shut... why don't you shut the fuck up, alright? Shut the fuck up and get a life, alright? Oh, shut the fuck up and get a life, lady. Fucking people aren't getting out of the house, lady. Get in the bike lane, jerk off. Fuck you. Fuck you, lady. That's just another day in New York. Even in the those are New York Nazis. Those are people, the Nazis. This guy's chilling on a like a Bob Dylan. That's the Frick Museum, by the way. If you want to Google it over there. Huh. That lady was nice. She said, "I hope you crash." I hope you go catch some coronavirus and die. How about that? How about that, lady? Go catch some coronavirus. So this is the sound stage right here, where usually during the year that's where the concerts are. There's a dome over there, but right now it's pretty empty. Pretty peaceful up here in the park. A lot of locals, no tourists. A lot of locals, no tourists. A lot of attitude. And we're at 72nd Street, right over that tree line, right on that block over there. You see that block? That's where Jeffrey Epstein lived. But he's dead. Jeffrey Epstein is dead. You heard? And right there we got the Pilgrim. That is the one Pilgrim right there, Pilgrim Hill. And you'll see the Stuart Little Pond down here. This is where the little mouse in the Stuart Little movie. Remember Stuart Little? That's the Stuart Little pond down there. It's also allegedly where Woody Allen lived and often frequented. Down there also is the Alice in Wonderland statue and Hans Christian Andersen. So we're not going to go up that hill because that's too much. That's too much for this guy. So a little uphill, you might hear some huffing and puffing. So again, life is for the living. That's the name of this video. Coronavirus right now apparently killing 100,000 people, 1 million people. The numbers are all screwed up. Nobody knows how many people are dead. All we know is the economy is crashing like a motherfucker. The economy is crashing like there's no tomorrow. Everybody's on lockdown. Nobody could get their money. Alleged food shortages. Here's a beautiful view. Here's a beautiful view. Some fine police officers down there doing their work. So this is the Bethesda fountain. No water yet. So it's Bethesda fountain, and that's the lake, the Central Park Lake boat pond, I guess, whatever it's called. That's not the reservoir. People think that's the reservoir, but it's not. And Frederick Law Olmsted, and what's the other guy's name? And Frederick Law Olmsted, and there's one other guy who built it. But you're right here in the middle. This is pretty much the centerpiece of the park. And it is beautiful. And I gotta say, from a New York perspective, it is so beautiful without all the people. It really is. It's a beautiful sight. What are these guys doing? Let's spy on the cops. Sitting there talking on the phone. Keep the tour moving. Keep the tour moving. So, just get back on my horse. Get back on horse. And, ooh, you heard my bell? I don't know how that happened, but I heard the bell. So, hopefully we won't run into any more rude New Yorkers. Any more obnoxious New Yorkers. Telling you where you can go and where you can't go. They think I'm a tourist because I'm on a city bike and I got a camera out. They think I'm a dumbass tourist. And then they realize their fatal mistake, their fatal error, and they get their ass handed to them. They get their ass handed to them. Oh, I'm so sorry I said that to that guy. So this is Cherry Hill. It's a horse turnaround. It's also a little fountain up here. And I'll just go around the turn here. It's beautiful that there's no horses, there's no pedicabs. And you can see the spectacular San Remo buildings over there. San Remo. It's kind of experimental. Hello, how are you? So that's Bow Bridge over there. See Bow Bridge? In the movie Spider-Man, that's where Spider-Man landed. Pretty spectacular, right? So there is the lifeless elegance of the city, and then there's the calm of the park. Very peaceful. All these stories online right now about food shortages and burying people dead in the park. That's all fake. That's fake news, burying people in the park. It's ridiculous. The story of Hart Island. You heard Hart Island. Let me check in with you guys. Oops. Hart Island. Oops. So you heard the story of Hart Island. That's total bullshit, by the way. Hart Island is off the coast of Queens, and the burials you're seeing there are very ordinary. I spoke to the good person, what's her name, Melinda Hunt, of the organization that takes care of a lot of things over there. She takes care of the families that were buried there, trying to get out there and see their families. And she told me that the drone footage you're seeing is hers, that the New York Post and RT are running her drone footage. And she said to me on the telephone, I wanted to interview her, but she got a little... I forgot to turn the recorder on, be honest with you. I should have just did it. I asked her for an interview, and then I just called her and had her on the phone, but that's a long story short. And she told me that the drone footage that you're seeing is her footage that the Post has, and there's nothing unordinary about that footage. That footage shows the usual number, maybe a little more, people being buried at Hart Island in New York City, Potter's Field. That's Daniel Webster over there. Take a good look at this guy. That's Daniel Webster. It's one of the last opportunities. It's very unique because it's an opportunity to see a politician with his hand in his own pocket for a change. He's got his hand in his own pocket, you heard? It's usually in your pocket, you know? So up that hill right there is strawberry fields forever. We're not going to go up there because it's too far of a walk. And on the other side is the Dakota. You could see it through the trees over there. That's the Dakota building where John Lennon lived, and Yoko still lives. Yoko's still living out there. And there you have it. Alright, so we're here in New York. There's no more reason to run around to the hospitals and talk about all the sick and suffering in the hospitals. People are sick, people are suffering, people are dying, but not to any large degree. 60% of people that go into the hospital anyway die. I bet you didn't know that. 60% of all people that go into the hospital die. Well, I think it's 60%, not 60% of people that go into hospitals. I take that back. It's 60% of people in this life die in the hospital. That sheep meadow over there, you've heard of it, right? They have concerts. They used to have concerts in the 70s. And if it was a perfect day in New York, there would be a whole lot of people on that sheep meadow right there, and there's nobody. Totally empty. It's like they deleted the tourists from the scene. Hollywood pays big money to get people out of the scene. But today, we get it for free. So that's Tavern on the Green right there. You see the lifelessness of the buildings over there. If there's wind, there's nothing I can do about it. We're on a bicycle. So if you're hearing it's on you. Trump Tower down at the corner of the park. Trump Tower at the corner of the park. A lot of people out exercising. So there's no lockdown. This is rich people anyway. If you live by the park, you're rich. Or you're a starving actor, and guys are flying by me like I ain't even moving. They're cruising by like I'm not even moving. It's cool. I'm loving my bike right now. Haven't been on a bicycle in quite a while. People are all cooped up. They're all pent up. They want to fight. People want to fight. That's that bridge was in the movie The Snowball Fight in Elf. Remember when the elves popped out from the tree? We call that Elf Bridge over here. Elf Bridge. And there's Trump Tower right there. That's one of his many properties. Oops. Sorry about that. That is the street you're looking at. I went the wrong way. That's Trump Tower right there. I have gloves on, so I'm working my joystick with my thumb. Right there is Columbus Circle. Columbus Circle. And we're almost done. We're almost out of the park. That's the lower loop I just did. Right back where we started from. And you can see the cherry blossoms are starting to bloom. And we are on message here today, man. No fucking around, man. There is no fucking around. We are getting out and we are living our lives whether people like that shit or not. There's really nothing you can do about it. Not a goddamn thing you can do about it. So, I gotta put this bike away before the time expires. You only get 30 minutes and then you gotta take it out again. You gotta take it out again. Gotta go dock it. Dock the bike. Gotta dock the bike. La 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 lo. La 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 la. Gotta park my bike. And parking the bike. I get the bike. And thank you very much. We got a green signal. Woo wee! Wow, so Marcus Conte reporting here in very empty New York City. So now you know a little bit more about the park. You've seen it. If you never saw it before, now you know Central Park. And have a great day. Get out and live your life, man. Don't let the propaganda keep you away from the inside. Marcus Conte reporting.